What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. Hey, today we are in Corpus Christi, Texas, because we're at the home of Glow Ride and CCLED. We're here to learn about their story and how they got all this cool neon lights for bikes. Let's go check them out. Hey, we got Manny. What's up, Manny?
How you doing?
How's it going? Hey, we got Ed.
What's up, brother? Yeah. How you doing?
How you guys doing?
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out.
So we are here in Corpus Christi. This is their shop, and we're here to learn a little bit about the whole CCLED story and hear about their story in bikes. And they got ride outs, and in fact, we're here for a ride out tonight. We're really excited about that. So yeah, let me first ask you guys before we begin. What was your first bikes? You guys remember what the first bike you guys ever had?
Mine was a Huffy.
A Huffy?
Huffy, checkered out Huffy.
Nice.
Mine was a 20-inch hand-me-down GT.
Hand-me-down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
GT. I think I got it 3-4 years after like the 90s craze.
Yeah. I think I'm a little older than you guys, but you guys probably all BMX kind of rode bikes back in the day.
Yeah, we did. And I got away from it for a while. Ed was the one that got me back into it. He just bought a 29-inch mountain bike, and I asked him if I could borrow it to see if it's something I wanted to do, and he just loaned it to me, and the rest was history.
Yeah, that's how it starts, though, right? Like,
yes.
You put the bike down for a while for whatever reason. It could be like, family, jobs, whatever. And then you just get back on one and it feels like you never left. And then it's like, oh, I just want to get back into it, right?
Yeah, it was a great feeling. And then, that rest is history. We've kind of been riding since.
Awesome. So tell me about, first of all, let's start off with the shop. So,
the shop.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about the shop.
It's one of its only kind. We don't sell bikes. We specialize in lighting. So here's our rental group right here. Very efficient Jamis bikes. All lit up.
Beach cruisers.
Beach cruisers, very easy to maintain. Yeah. We have some custom work here. This is my bike, Houston Ripper. This is my daughter's bike. That is a custom setup done by Third Coast LEDs. So we'll have LED installers come in to train with us. And one project was we wanted a really cool concept. So as they're learning,
I just noticed that now.
As,
with the two
as
colors.
They're learning techniques.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but take a look. Like you got like a blue on one half and then the white on the other.
My daughter, she wanted all ice blue. I wanted her to see a little more of the path, so I chose white, and we just
for the front, so it lights up. Yeah.
She's a young rider.
Okay.
And that was important to me, and she was okay with that. And Third Coast LEDs, Royal, did a bang-up job on that one.
So you guys rent out bikes, so you guys can, so anybody that comes to Corpus can just kind of like pop in on you guys, rent a bike. It's all kitted out with the lights, and then they can go and just have a cruise down the beach.
They can cruise by themselves. We can do a guided tour. We've done that for many people.
Okay.
Occasionally we'll hold events. We did a murder mystery tour downtown.
Oh, okay.
We hired 4 actors.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were to solve the mystery.
Nice.
It was a fun event, and we like doing different things. Just something that is out of the norm, that's eye-catching and fun. That's what we're going to be doing, and we're going to have some others in the future.
Nice. So. And then the lights obviously are a big part of it, right?
Lights are huge. Lights are huge.
So and that's how we found out about you guys, because Elton, who's manning my camera today, Bernie's at home. Sorry, Bernie, but we got Elton filling in. He and the Sakonas, like they have your lights on all of their bikes, and
we love the videos.
Yeah.
To a ride. This is how we built our ride.
Yeah.
We didn't want to sell them to the public at first, but we wanted them to join our ride. Yes, this is a commercial product. That was put on the streets of Houston by Victor Chavez from City Life Bike Lights.
Okay, so it started kind of more in Houston. Guys putting on bikes, because there's a huge bike scene in Houston.
Massive bike scene. LEDs have always been a part of it.
Okay.
He just had he had the ability to modify,
Okay.
And that was what we were looking for. He was an innovator. We didn't want somebody that was just gonna, do what everybody else was doing.
All right.
He showed the qualities of innovation.
Nice.
And working through problems, because you're gonna have problems you're gonna work with and you're gonna deal with.
Absolutely.
And if you can't get through them, nothing really comes of it. And that's one of the qualities we were looking for.
Okay, so you guys still work with them, or you guys, that's how it got started?
We're still in contact,
Still working with them?
and,
Okay.
and we still have others. So it's all about, they like creating concepts on bikes. It's just a big thing for them. It's a big thing for us.
Okay.
We like the shock and awe.
Yeah.
We love
It
to
is.
see
When you
ultra
see
bright
this,
bikes.
when you see this on the road, like there's no mistake that there's a bike next to you. So like, I love them just because they're so bright, and for me it's a safety thing. I like that a car can see me. I don't want to be wearing all black and then somebody just hits us or whatever. But with the lights, I mean, there's no excuse. Like no one can ever say, "Hey, I didn't see the guy."
It has high visibility now. And you throw one for every 2-3 riders, it attracts people to your ride, and then the traffic looks out for you. And I think they're less aggressive. We don't have any aggressive cases
Makes
here.
sense.
Because they're kind of smiling when you see our ride go through.
It does bring out a lot of smiles. I think for the people in Hawaii that have them, I mean, these guys are getting comments all the time, right?
Yeah,
I love the lights, or that's so cool, or whatever, right? Or people, we have some other friends that they've gone to events and people just stop them and they're like, "Hey, what is that all about? Tell me about that," right? And
like a parade almost.
Yeah, so it definitely is an eye catcher. It gets your attention. It's easy to see.
When we first developed it, it was always fun.
Okay.
Just a fun kind of shocking product. But when you mention safety, the feedback we do get is safety. And this came in about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, and it was a thank you that we had changed Bike Life. They can see us now. This comes from Indy, which has a huge bike culture.
Okay.
And it being seen when you have, I think they can get upwards of 500, 1,000, 2,000 riders.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Oh yeah.
It's big to them, and it means a lot. So
that's
a lot of
cool,
people
though.
involved in that ride to keep them safe. The lights, they say help,
Yeah.
and we think that's a good thing.
So tell me about the kit. If you guys are interested in making your bike stand out on any ride and to be
Let
seen.
me get a.
If you take a look at these, I don't know if you have a kit and you want to show, but like.
This would be something you would put on the wheel. This is our LRH pack, which is just long range. It's 3,000 milliamp hours. It attaches to the hub. Now, the bike is under extreme stress throughout the bike.
Yeah.
We knew this, so we had to create extra mounting points. We do use the best VHB tape to hold it to the hub, 2 heavy-duty zip ties, and we also have stabilizers on each side to attach to the spokes. We do make them for stunt riders. They have to hold up.
Yeah.
We've seen some, our first products, they weren't stunt worthy. We saw what happened to them.
Yeah.
We came back, we built some better. City Light Bike Lights gave us a lot of good feedback, and we hold them dearly. They went through it with us.
Okay.
And we told them we would get it right at one point.
Yeah.
And they stuck with us, and that was a good thing.
And how long will this last? You got this on your bike, you turn it on at the start of the ride. How many hours?
If you're going solids, you're going to be brightest. So as far as like bike light, CCLED plasma, brightest, most efficient, you're going to get 20 hours runtime.
20 hours.
So
wow.
But we always say it's going to look great for 4 hours. It's going to continuously dim.
Oh,
now,
I
why
see
this
it,
product was so popular is we can do LEDs with more functionality. The power requirement goes up to 140, 160%. Some of these ride-outs, we know we have to make something that can last 4 hours.
Yeah.
So if somebody does want custom setups, we always ask them, what runtime are you looking for?
Okay.
And we'll be honest, we're not going to sell somebody a kit that's going to die out in 2 hours. 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
So kits like this in which you can change colors, you can add like strobing and different things to it.
Yes.
That's going to add to the decrease
It's going to decrease your
just-
runtime
okay.
to the point where it will shut off the battery.
Okay.
It'll run the battery down to a voltage where it turns off and waits
Okay.
for recharging.
Okay.
These will continuously decline but stay on.
Let's stay on.
We do have some people that tell us, like, I left them on for 3 days and they're still on. We know that's a thing.
May not be super
it's
bright,
interesting.
but end of the third day, but it's like it's still on. That's pretty cool.
So as far as brightness goes, for the efficiency and power, this is the LED we recommend, and it's
Okay.
also rugged enough to survive the street. So when we do LED bikes, we just don't do parade bikes. These are bikes that are doing 20 to 100 miles in Houston, Texas, under extreme conditions. We can put LEDs on a bike that is a daily rider.
Yeah.
That was the standard that we built to.
And I gotta just share with you, I know I've talked to you guys about it, but I wanna make sure the guys on the video see it, is that we first got introduced to your lights from a friend of ours named Brandon. We were here a couple years ago for the BMX roundup. And we did a ride in Austin, and he had like a kit on his Monster Quad. And on one of the rides, we got like stuck in this major storm. I mean, like, it is the most rain that I've ever ridden in. We're talking like there was lightning happening, and we're like, I was like, I hope none of us get hit by anything, because it was coming down. I mean, we were so wet that by the time we got back to our Airbnb, like, I would take off my shoe and like just water would come out, right? But his kit stayed on the whole time, all through the rain. We got back to the Airbnb, dried everything off. He just undid the battery, charged them back up, and the next day they were fine. And I was like, that told me right there, like, that's quality, man. That's good stuff. If they could handle all of that.
That was done that's a full custom by Victor Chavez, City Life Bike Lights, did an amazing job. We saw the videos on TikTok. He's in a downpour.
Oh, we were
And
soaking.
I was worried because we have more waterproofing than we did back then. And yeah, that bike survived.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago.
And that was a major downpour. The only bike, when we first started, I had a bike in a 3 to 4 hour downpour, and I lost one battery. These things over the years, tell us, we have to do this, or we have to do this. We always had waterproofing. We just had to increase it as we went along.
And that's where the improvements come over time, right?
Yes.
The more you do stuff, the more you learn, the more you figure out ways to adjust things to just make a better product.
And
right?
feedback, if we had this one in the back of a truck and, customer feedback, we went to Florida and we hit 3 to 4 rainstorms on the way.
On the way.
That's a thing. You have to take that into consideration, and you have to build the product better.
Yeah. So you can put the lights, I can see, on the wheels. They attach to the hub, but you can also put them on the frames as well.
Yes, we do frame ups and we do sell parts. To do a frame up, it takes one battery. It does take some customization and how you run the lines.
Yeah.
There are many ways to do bikes. You can do it at a parade level, or what I like is profiling. I'm a big fan of the styling of bikes. I like to retain SC's Houston Ripper style.
Okay.
It's a Houston Ripper. The lights are an accessory on this bike. The bike is a standout bike, and I get compliments on the bike. This one right here, we are following the contours of the bike. We're profiling it out. Still retains the SC shape.
Even with this.
It's a 29er. That's called framing out profiling. You can add extra. You can do other things, but this is typically a setup that we do sell online for anybody that wants one. It takes about 20-30 minutes to slap on.
And I see, so it involves, like, you have like just wires that have to make connecting points to wherever you're going to.
Pigtailing wires through it, and the challenge is, let's make it look like it's not there.
Exactly.
So when this bike is upright, you're not going to be able to see.
You're not seeing all that stuff.
You're not going to see a parade LED bike. So parade LED bikes look great at night, but in the daytime, they show wires and they show other things.
So when you say parade, what does that mean?
Like Disney has an electric parade.
Like that kind. Like,
yes.
Okay.
So if we put them on the outside, we would probably have to zip tie certain places.
I see.
We would take a different approach for a parade bike.
Yeah.
Now for your average bike that will go out and actually ride 20, 100 miles, rough conditions, in weather, this is for you.
Yeah.
and you do have high visibility. And looking down on it, you can, if these LEDs were off, you could barely tell. That's one of the goals. A lot of these techniques were created by City Life Bike Lights.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Victor Chavez again. And we have Royal right now in Houston, kind of
That's pretty
continuing
cool, though.
different things, different styles.
I like it on the frames like that though. It just puts I don't know, kind of gives it another style.
I love profiling.
Right?
Let me show you a cool picture that I think Edward took. This is one of our oldest setups. One of the first setups that went on the streets maybe 2 to 3 years ago. This is a wheelie bike. This is a heavily used bike. It's going out 50 miles a week. It is doing stunts.
Yeah.
And that bike is still in operation. The LEDs are still in operation. No repairs on top of that. I don't know how he pulled it off because he has his front forks lit up. But that is one of our oldest kind of profiled bikes out.
And so you also mentioned, like, you guys are now starting to see the kits. Like, I mean, it reached us in Hawaii, obviously. Where are other places that you guys have seen your kits reach out to, different parts of the world?
If there's a big bike life culture and you have an organized ride, it's going to make its way there. It's also being, in random places that you might not expect. And what I'd like to kind of think is, if somebody can use this product and grab a couple friends and create a bike ride somewhere, it could do a lot of good for that community.
Oh yeah.
And it can just accelerate bike life. It's not hard to do. I'm going to take that back. It was hard to build our bike ride. We had some failures. We had some people that didn't show up.
That's how it all begins, though,
Yes.
right? I mean, it's like a bike ride will just start with just a bunch of friends, and then word of mouth, it'll spread, and
And there was one where I was the only person, and I had to like ride off. But we continued it.
I'm glad you kept going. That was good.
But yeah, for 3 or 4 months, I kind of just biked up and down, and I told all the independent riders, we're going to do a bike ride one day.
Yeah.
Just,
And now you guys are riding every week, every Saturday.
Now we ride every week, 3 years strong,
Nice.
and we have a good, diverse group, and that's kind of what we hold most dear to us is the diversity of our group. We have a lot of kids riding, so we hear a lot about safety. My take on that is they're watching us. We're adults. We're set in our ways. You may change if you go down, but other than that, your riding style is the same. So when we ride, the kids are observing, and they're knowing when to move over, how to look at intersections.
of course.
And it starts with, they're going to continue
with us,
that.
right?
Yes.
Like, we have to be the model for the younger people, right? Just like our elders were models for us.
Yes.
Like, we got to do the same thing.
It's
that's
development takes time.
Exactly.
And we kind of understood that's our role.
Yeah.
We didn't want it. It just happened. You know, when the ride comes together, that's what it is.
And in talking to you guys, I thought that was really interesting earlier, is where, safety wasn't your main concern. It was more about having a fun, kind of cool thing.
Fun product.
And I think the safety is like a bonus.
It
like
is.
a bonus.
It is.
Like, it wasn't maybe part of the main plan, but it definitely adds to the value, I think, of the lights.
If you could get 2 things and you just get extra value out of it, it's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was always about fun. It was always about, just adding value to something.
Yeah.
We had a lot of multiple projects going on at the same time. One was engineering. Gonna be honest about this. Taking on this project, I knew we wanted a full LED bike. But we had to use minds that weren't set in their ways, like children. So we had a 6 and 9-year-old on the project.
Okay.
Because they have no boundaries.
Yeah.
I know.
And it's new. Everything's new to them.
I know I have
Honest
boundaries.
feedback.
Yes.
Right.
So kids are unstoppable.
Yeah.
And that was how we got through the project, was
that's
letting
cool.
the kids, introducing them to engineering at the same time, solutions, adding value, but also they're helping us. They don't know how to fail. So it was a good thing.
Yeah, and that what they're going to say is not being held back by politics or not being offensive. They're just going to say what they want to say just because they're so innocent. Right?
Exactly.
That's
so
feedback.
we have the next version in 2025.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what's next.
We have 2 things scheduled. One is a minor change to the way LEDs have been done in about 10 or 20 years. It's a subtle change, but it's going to have a lot of impact.
Okay.
The second one is more complex. So our first version of these bikes did not have batteries in the wheel light hubs. These were patches to repair sections that went down when they were in commercial use.
Okay.
We will be going into one battery transferred to the wheels and fitting most bikes. That's the challenging part. We can do it for any bike. Now, fitting 95% of bikes, that's the challenge. And we know where we're going to start. We've been pretty active in the electrolyte expos and kind of getting feedback, seeing what's going on with the e-bikes, etc. And I think we have a plan to get this fleet efficient is what the goal is.
Okay.
Can we run that efficiently?
One last thing I want to ask. What's the best lesson you've learned throughout this whole process?
Collaboration and being a good collaborator and a partner.
Nice.
And we learned this in Houston. It was like show love, give love mentality.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
huge there, and it plays a part. So when we see people that maybe want to partner up with us, but they don't have the heart, it leads to other things.
Yeah.
So heart is always going to be the most valuable thing to
That's cool.
us.
That's really cool.
That's been a big part of our growth. Is do they live that life? Do they have good heart? And it all starts with, are you a good person?
Yeah.
It always.
So it's not so much about like are you the biggest influencer in your area?
Not at all. Not at all.
It's about like, what kind of person you are.
Absolutely not.
Right?
If somebody wants a sponsorship, you're going to be interviewed.
Yeah.
And we're going to check your social media.
Well,
and we're going to see, are you a good influence? Because that's what we want our product associated
And
with.
your product, if they have it, it's an extension of you.
Yes.
To some
Exactly.
point, right? Like,
Yes.
so you want to make sure that the people that you are supporting, have the same values and
Exactly.
same mentality.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And it is about fun. That's kind of what we promote.
Yeah.
Biking and just fun with biking.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Ed, did you want to add something?
Ed, you got anything? Ed's been quiet, man. Ed's been over here. He's just been been coughing on camera on the side.
I know, I feel bad.
I do want to share one thing we just started this week.
Go ahead.
This retail space we're never intended to be a retail space, but
Slowly
it
it's
is
gonna
now.
get there. Yeah,
now we
yeah.
have customers coming in. We do want to get exposure to some of the Bike Life shirts and caps and other things being distributed. We want to centralize some of it here, kind of show our customers, what we see. And we have relationships with different people.
Okay.
They have these really good, really nice shirts.
Yeah.
We do want to introduce them to anybody visiting the store. And one map we're pretty proud of, and we're going to need to get you to pin where you're
Hawaii.
from on here.
Yeah.
So,
this is kind of cool.
people come in to ride with us all of the time. We have a free ride. We don't solicit LEDs at our ride. You can come in on a scooter, your own bike. And we had just recently somebody from northern Canada who was, winter Texan. They saw our ride and they rode with us. So we have people from all over Texas and kind of all over the United States and different countries coming in. Germany, Finland.
Yeah, you need a world map.
France. Yeah, we had one. It was just too small. We wanted, all of our points were in Texas.
Yeah.
So we do have a world map printed out, but I thought it would be better to put the country sticker in a flag to represent the countries.
Well, when we come back, maybe we'll see like a bigger, as you guys are growing and stuff. Oh yeah, look at this.
Right now?
Cool.
Yes, you want to pin your hand?
Cool.
Let me move this back.
Because we won't remember.
I'll take the green one because our island is known for being the garden island. And then I'll take the camera from Elton, and I'll have Elton kind of do the one for.
Put them on white.
Oh yeah, put them in your spot.
Right there, right on the star.
Nice.
Right there.
Cool.
So you'll see this map fill up, and over time, we'd like to get somebody from every state.
That's awesome.
In other countries, and just keep growing the map
Yeah.
and introducing them to our bike life. We call it like that. Corpus Christi Bike Life is a hashtag we use, and we are proud of our group. It's a great group to ride with. Can't
we're
say enough
really
good
looking
things about
forward
them.
to tonight.
Oh, it's gonna be
And I
awesome.
appreciate you guys inviting us over and
And
kind
thank
of
y'all
checking
for
it
coming
out,
here.
man. Yes, we
Appreciate
are
it.
we are happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
And we want to do the same for you guys. If you guys ever make it to Hawaii,
We're gonna make
we
our
know
way
we
over
got
there.
guys that can help you out, and we got bikes you can ride. So we just want to thank you for taking the time and just talking to us and sharing the story with everybody about CCLED. So if you guys are looking for a light kit yourself, give them the website. Where should they go to?
GetCCLED.com. We do a lot of custom orders. If you need something special, you can just email us and we can get you what you
Yeah.
need. We do have kits available online and more coming.
Nice. And then, then send some pics, let them see, tag them in Instagram, show them what you guys got. And I'm looking forward to getting my first kit so that I can get my bike on Kauai blinged out. It'll be the only bike on the island, I think. And try to ride it around at night and see how that goes. But I appreciate you guys, man. So thanks again. Thanks for hanging out with us. And you guys at home, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of one another. Be safe. Aloha.
Hey.